And you know what's crazy when I really think about it? I don't even know why Colbert got canceled.
President of the United States made it very clear he wants to see me and the hundreds of people who work here fired from our jobs. Our leader celebrates Americans losing their livelihoods because he can't take a joke. He was somehow able to squeeze Colbert out of CBS. Then he turned his sights on me, and now he's openly rooting for NBC to fire Jimmy Fallon and Seth Meyers and the hundreds of Americans who work for their shows who don't make millions of dollars. And I hope that if that happens, or if there's even any hint of that happening, you will be 10 times as loud as you were this week.
Yep.
Yo.
It's your boy, Dizzy De Niro, and your boy, Flying J. And we are the Roulette Podcast. Flying J, I'm going to get right into it, bro.
Let's do it.
It's been a weird time. We're living it right now.
Hella.
Freedom of speech really ain't a thing no more.
It's been a threat.
And we saw the other week, your boy Jimmy Kimmel, the legendary Jimmy Kimmel,
Legend.
got canceled for saying what he said. Personally, I don't know if it was up to you if we were going to play the clip or not.
We hit some new lows over the weekend with the MAGA gang desperately trying to characterize this kid who murdered Charlie Kirk as anything other than one of them and doing everything they can to score political points from it. In between the finger pointing, there was grieving. On Friday, the White House flew the flags at half staff, which got some criticism. But on a human level, you can see how hard the president is taking this.
My condolences on the loss of your friend Charlie Kirk. May I ask, sir, personally, how are you holding up over the last day and a half, sir?
I think very good. And by the way, right there, you see all the trucks? They've just started construction of the new ballroom for the White House.
Yes. Okay. He's at the fourth stage of grief, construction. It's demolition, construction. This is not how an adult grieves the murder of someone he called a friend. This is how a 4-year-old mourns a goldfish, okay?
But I don't think what he said should have really been taken that serious. I know Jimmy Kimmel to be a comedian. And I think that show tends to always have that dialogue that starts off the show and then they say things. And you know what's crazy when I really think about it? I don't even know why Colbert got canceled. But Colbert's gone.
Damn.
I don't know what happened, but Colbert's gone. And I know that show used to really touch little serious. I'm like, damn, but you know, I always thought it was more creative that they could talk about serious stuff and throw in that comedy into it. But Jimmy Kimmel was canceled, and immediately, which I love from the people wasn't feeling that. People was canceling their Disney
Plus
and their Hulu subscriptions.
Yep.
And Disney, like the Tyler album, lost $3.7 billion.
Damn, why'd you gotta go there?
And I'm just saying, it's something about 3.7. That's what I'm saying. But nah, it lost $3.7 billion in a few days, bro. And I was like, damn. Do you know what's crazy when I thought about that? When America want to speak, bro, you gotta talk. You gotta talk with your dollars, bro.
Oh, that's the best way.
Because with them boys doing that,
Oh,
Jimmy
yeah.
Kimmel was able to come back, and he came back the other night. He had a great dialogue. But bro, how you feel about the whole situation of just Jimmy Kimmel being canceled, knowing that he's a comedian? Like, do you think it was even warranted? Do you think it's? I don't know, bro. And I don't feel like he even took shots at anybody. I think he found a way to speak about, you know, that topic in a very professional manner. But how you feel about it?
I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna tread lightly. He didn't directly speak, or in my opinion, feel like he offended the whole thing with the Charlie Kirk situation, right?
Yeah.
He was just bringing light to that, despite the death, which is, you know, an unfortunate event and should never happen. And I would never wish death upon anybody if I disagree with their beliefs or views.
Yeah.
But he just spoke up to the fact that they are weaponizing the fact of his death and utilizing it to gain political advantages in certain situations. So that's how I felt. So he was just bringing it up to light that, you know, a certain, Donald Trump in certain situation is utilizing this type of situation to be able to gain certain aspects of political power. There we go. I was trying to tread lightly, but
I know you're like,
yeah, no,
just say it.
No, I don't want to say it because now freedom.
So let me see what I
freedom
think.
of speech. But I'm gonna answer your question. Let me finish off. Freedom of speech has been attacked and is very dangerous now. And and even as a podcaster right now, as you can see me trying to tread lightly,
Yeah.
it's just I am fearful of my job, and now freedom of speech. No, freedom of speech is a key thing now. Like now we have to really pay attention and what we say, and there is a consequence to certain dialogues and beliefs that we have. Even if maybe you don't agree with the masses, that's when you start getting attacked.
Okay, so here's a good question because you said freedom of speech is
Under attack.
under attack, right?
Yeah.
So seeing Jimmy Kimmel get canceled, right, and seeing them bring him back because Disney lost the money.
A lot.
Do you think it's really freedom of speech? Like, do you think Disney was really, or ABC, whoever it was, ABC, Disney, whoever,
ABC, yeah.
do you think ABC was really concerned with like? Okay, I'll say it better. Do you think ABC was going with the notion of like the freedom of speech part, like, hey, nobody will agree with this, so we should take them off, and that's how they did it. But then once they lost money, they're like, you know what? We really don't really care what he said, or it really wasn't that bad, so let's bring him back. So how do you feel about that? Do you really feel like, people are just going with the overall idea of what other people are thinking, or do you think that's people are not, or you think people don't really have their own individual ideas anymore to stand on it alone and say, hey, that wasn't a bad comment?
You know what? I'm gonna say this: it's not freedom of speech; it's freedom of dollar.
I like that.
Because if it affects your pockets, whether you are an individual or you're a corporation, you would bend the way of the will of the dollar. Like,
Gotcha.
yeah, you were pressured. Disney Plus or ABC or whatever the corporation that owns all of it was pressured by the FCC to take off Jimmy Kimmel, right? Because he was targeting the president, who's very sensitive to any side of feedback or criticism, right? But now, all the people that didn't agree with it canceled all their subscription. Even my older brother, who is a die-hard Disney fan, bro.
And I'm a Disney kid too, boy.
And you worked at Disneyland and everything, and we're all about it. So like for that to be able to affect Disney's pockets to the shareholders and everything, you put a lot of pressure. So that's why I say it's not a freedom of speech. It's a freedom of dollar. If you can affect the dollars of individuals or even the corporations to a mass effect, where you're affecting the shareholders who you basically that's who they're trying to please and praise, because that's like God to them, the shareholders. That's when it matters. And it's not even freedom of speech, because Jimmy Kimmel spoke. They got pressure from the president, but now they got affected to the point where they were about to lose their business, and it got so deep that their pockets were hurting.
Yeah,
and they reverted back.
No, and honestly, bro, I like that, bro. Because honestly, you know what? Not even to get too deep, but bro, like the times we're living in now, dog, like it's stressful, bro. I go to work. It's stressful right now, bro. But that was I was happy to see that. I love Disney, bro. And people, one thing I will say, and I'll ask you, do you think the damage is done? Do you think the fact that they brought Jimmy Kimmel, do you think like that's enough to like bring back Disney fans? Or do you think like, I don't get me wrong, I'm not gonna sit here, guys, say I'll never ever watch another Disney movie. Don't get me wrong. I love Disney World. I love to say that.
Yeah.
But just as a consensus way, like other people that do take this stuff to that level, do you think the damage is done, or do you think people really should be happy that they brought back Jimmy Kimmel?
I mean, the fact that we were able to cancel everybody and not cancel, but the fact that everybody was able to gather against Disney and make a political
one of the biggest corporations in the world.
One of the biggest corporations in the world. I mean, they got Disney World in almost every like large country.
Tokyo, all that, yeah.
The fact that they were able to affect their dollars to change a decision.
Yeah.
It shows how much power we have as a people.
You know what's crazy too, Don, when you say that, bro? I feel like, damn, I don't want to say that, but
it's scary.
That's what I feel like we got to do as a whole, bro, when it comes to voting, bro.
Yeah, man.
Like, dog,
but it's like hard, though.
The way the world is now, it's just like, damn, dog, you know what I'm saying? Like, and it was crazy. I'm like, y'all trying to remove joy, bro, from the TV. I'm not that biggest Jimmy Kimmel guy. I'm more of a Jimmy Fallon dude.
Jimmy Fallon was hard.
So I was worried for Jimmy Fallon and Seth Meyers. I like Seth Meyers. I like both of them dudes.
Yeah.
Jimmy Kimmel he's just been there for a long time. I see him more on like those like I guess like roast. He's a funny dude.
Yeah.
But nah, man, I was just to the point. I was like, bro, when you cancel like the late night show, let me tell you, I'll go back. When I saw that thing canceled, bro, I was like, dog, that show being there is like, remember how cheaters used to come on at like 2 a.m. every night?
Yeah. I remember it. That was wild.
That was like losing the show cheaters at 2 a.m.
or cops. Yeah. That was classic.
Bro, that's how I was like, yo, this is like the news. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, dog, first after I said, dog, this is where you see like all the Marvel people go during movies, all the actors go, all the new thing. Like, this is Jimmy Kimmel. Yep. I was like, what are you gonna fill this in with now that this block is over? Because that's like a good 2-hour block of TV, bro. And again, it's a late night show that's been around for years, bro. I think Jimmy Kimmel started in like 2003, bro. So I was looking at the whole thing. I'm like, bro, I don't know what's going on. And then the crazy thing is that when they did bring it back, they have a clip of like a Trump saying like, oh, you know, he doesn't have any like talent. I'm like, damn, dude, you before you was a president, you was a celebrity, Trump.
Yup.
I'm sure you would have probably came on Letterman. You probably would have came on Jimmy Kimmel show. Yep. Now the man don't got no talent.
All of a sudden.
Oh, look at that. It's crazy, dog. But I do love that Jimmy Fallon did stand by him because he made some jokes too, bro.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. But I'm just, I'm glad that he came back because had he not came back, freedom of speech was under attack and you can't say nothing. And I'm just going to say this. South Park did finally release the episode for Charlie Kirk.
Oh, they had one?
Yeah.
Recently?
Yeah. So
really,
not only that, I'm gonna say this because this is not me taking an attack to any country in specific, but South Park even took an attack to Israel and the president of Israel.
South Park.
You
know what's crazy, bro? I didn't see the episode. I don't know, bro. Maybe you did. How did they get away with that?
I mean, they the only way I can think of it is they have some sort of connections that allows them to do that. They'll be like, oh, we're making fun of it, or I mean, who knows, bro? Because like every time I feel like any comedian or anybody that's like, I don't know, like a high status of like celebrityship, I always fear for them when they take an attack or at certain people or certain countries and stuff, bro.
No, I agree with you on that, and that's what I'm saying. Like, I know shows like Family Guy, South Park, The Simpsons too. Woo! They pushed that damn line like they about to cross over the line. Like, yo, y'all really pushing it. You know, and The Simpsons always predicts what happens. I don't know how they do that
every time. Yeah,
I always say the artist is from the future, bro. You got that?
He's like time traveler. Or
something.
but
no. I mean, I didn't know that they even did that about the whole Charlie thing. So that's actually insane, dog. So when you just wrap all this up, just talking about freedom of speech. Last question: do you think it's selective, like in the sense of, do you think certain levels of celebrity you can say things, or because you're the president, you can say whatever you want to say, but nobody else can say it? Do you think that there's limits on it for certain statuses?
You can clip this if you want. It's the fact that you have a certain side, and I'm not gonna call them out, but you have a certain side that's all about, oh, we should promote freedom of speech. The left is crazy. The left is crazy. Like they promote violence and everything. But the second that someone on the opposite side, or just anybody that has a disagreement with the right, violence, they're hypocrites about the fact of like freedom of speech or being violent towards someone because they disagree with them. It's just like the country right now is such a bad turmoil right now, bro. Yeah. Like anybody who's from left or right is so sensitive to hear anybody. It's just like you can't speak to anybody about anything, bro.
Oh,
like, you know what I mean? Like what your beliefs, just keep them to yourself at this point, bro. Don't even try to like speak out or even tell people that you believe, bro. Like even for work, bro. Like it's to the point where like we don't speak about religion or politics.
Oh yeah, at work. Hey, I'm gonna leave it at that. But man, we're gonna leave it at that. But man, listen, you guys let us know. How do you guys feel about Jimmy Kimmel coming back to late night TV? Do you guys feel like he was brought back because of the dollars or because of they realized that they made a mistake? And you guys let us know overall, how do you guys feel about freedom of speech? But after all that, we got to roll that podcast. If you guys are watching this and you're not subscribed, that's effed up. And we'll see you guys next time. Peace.